You're probably... Hey, it's me. You're probably wondering how I got into this situation and why I'm here. So, as it turns out... Hold on. Mic is working, correct? Mic isn't that working. Good. Okay. So, anyways... As it turns out... Well, first I should probably mention... when I did the permadeath run... I bragged about it to a lot of people for obvious reasons. It was a very major accomplishment. And, yeah. So, after the stream, I talked about it with friends, and they were, of course, really happy about it, whatnot. And then one of them jokingly suggested, no damage run win. And at first I was like, haha, never. And then I thought about it, and I realized that I only took damage once in all of the permadeath run. So I thought to myself, okay, this is actually possible.
Open your eyes.
But it's also insanely cancerous, so probably not for a while.
Open your eyes.
And then I looked into it a bit further and was like,
wake up, Link.
Wait. I mean, I don't really have too much... Well, I sort of have... It's complicated, but well... I don't have too much free time, but I also don't really have too much to spend it on, due to a bunch of reasons I'm not going into. So, I ended up just deciding, you know what? Why not? Let's just do the funny game. Do the funny permadeath and see what happens. And hopefully I'll do it first try. I mean, I have a route. Sort of. It is a route in a technicality. It's not a very, specific one. It's just kind of there. And yes, of course, this is on a new profile. Because the one I normally use for normal runs is already taken. It's the, it's the blindfold run I'm doing with Chris.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it.
Can I not?
It will help guide you after your long slumber.
I forgot how weird and stupid it is. It doesn't let you skip cutscenes when it's your profile's first run through. I think. Maybe? I'm not entirely sure the specifics on it. But in any case, we have the Sheikah Slate, we have the stuff. So yeah, rare footage of me actually completing Great Plateau. Never thought you'd see it, huh? But here we are.
Hold the Sheikah Slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way.
Please, let me out. This is like 3 minutes of cutscenes. Please.
Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again.
So, the current plan of how long this is going to take is probably 2 hours. Because if I remember correctly, well, 2 to 3 hours, depending on how it goes. Which is actually very similar to the permadeath run. Except this one is even more stupid, somehow. But hey, at least I don't have to do the weird, wacky route going all the way to Faron and then all the way to Tamantha and all the way back here. I can just go to Hyrule Castle and get it over with. And also, I don't have any of the weird, stupid restrictions. So I can just play the game as God intended. Well, sort of. Of course, Great Plateau is the Great Plateau. There's nothing really different about it or really interesting. It's just kind of there. So you just go in here, get this. We proceed onwards. We ignore any and all healing items because they literally won't ever be useful anyway. They're just not important. So you just run, and run, and run, and run. And of course we have the Zelda cutscene, which
Link,
actually I've sort of kind
head
of
for the
figured
point
out
marked
at
on the
this
map on your
point that
Sheikah
it's
slate.
largely like time, it's sort of time delayed, but also like space delayed. I'm not entirely sure if it's like, if you go a certain point away from the Sheikah slate, it triggers something where it's like, oh yeah, the cutscene will happen in X seconds. Or whether it's just, it's the main thing is time-based, but it's also, like, if you go a specific distance away, it's a hard, hit. Either one is, interesting. Anyway, we have our first boss fight. We beat him up and take his lunch money, because he's a red bokoblin, and he's stupid, and look at this. Not even close. Also, we have a shield now. Hog. Oh. Those are arrows. Those will be important. We will take those, gladly. Which reminds me, archers are gonna be scary. Actually, not. While I'm here, we're gonna slowly walk up and kill these guys too, and then take their life. Because now I have bows to use with those arrows. And we now have 15 arrows. 15 arrows. Let's think further. To proceed onwards. Yeah, okay, that's everything I need for there. So I'm trying to consider whether or not I should do 100 fall damage cancel for this, because on the one hand, we're 6 minutes into the challenge, and dying won't actually take much. On the other hand, like, 3 minutes of that is unskippable cutscenes, or sort of unskippable cutscenes, because after this run, we'll actually be able to skip some of those. You know what? You only live once, and I might as well do it, because I was ragging on YOLO plays, like, when he did a no damage run, that didn't even do fall cancel SMH, and so I would be a hypocrite to not do the same. Come on. Skip. You actually are able to skip cutscenes now. I can't believe it. Whoop, okay.
Oh!
Not even close. Not even a little scared. Mwah. Beautiful. I think the fastest thing for this is 1, 2, 2, 1. Or maybe that's, yeah, I think, is that the old man cutscene for the first shrine or not? I forget.
Ooh.
It's been a while since I've watched a Breath of the Wild speedrun. Please. I'd probably hate the other Legend of Zelda games if I think the Great Plateau is an annoying tutorial. Because from what I've heard from there, like, Twilight Princess is like freaking 3 hours of, like, unskippable cutscenes for the tutorial. Or, like, something stupid like that. And so, in comparison, 40 minutes of whatever this isn't actually that bad. But, yeah. That's generally why I always start with after I get the Great Plateau, because it's like, oh wow, this is worthless. Well, at least I got the ruby. Nieces, it's fairly trivial. The only thing really left to do is to just... Well, technically, well, I can go a bit further on that if I really want to later. Honestly, what convinced me to actually do this, instead of just it being in the back of my mind, like, you know what? Like, maybe I could... It's probably Yobo Plays' stream of it, like, last night. And so, because of that, I was like, you know what? If he can do it, then I can do it too. And I'm just, like, competitive spirit. So, the more you know. Can I just... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's just out of reach. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, I see how it is. I'm going to deliberately move weirdly with this stuff, because... Come on. Up. Alright. You know what? Fine. Just smack you in the face until you die. There you go. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Was it worth it? Alright. Oh wait, I can... Because I have a shield, I can just do this. Oh, I unequipped the shield. Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on. I wanna be fast. Hello, social chicken. Glad to see you here. I already have a plan. It's sort of a modified version of what I normally do for straight to Ganon runs. I want this to be as quick as possible, because the faster the run, the faster the route is, the less likely that I do something stupid and die for no reason. That's sort of the plan. Of course, I have cut out some particularly egregious parts of said route that often involve me taking damage, because that's obviously not a good idea here, and guardianship damage is a very terrifying thing. Well, not in most runs, but in this run it is. Yeah, I remember the fastest dialogues for the old man here. It's 2112. And that's what's weird about it. Yeah. trying to think. Oh.
Oh.
Generally do the casual strap for this sort of thing. Nice weapon. Why so? Because generally for ice weapons, I don't really think they'll be needed for this run, because everything that ice weapons work on, I'm gonna get Majora's Mask shortly after I leave the Great Plateau here, and there aren't any ice weapons on the Great Plateau. I mean, granted it could be for extra damage, but I'm probably not gonna be killing enemies in this run anyway. So, unless I'm misunderstanding something here. Because ice weapons, I will admit, are very good weapons, generally. It's just that it would cost more to go out of my way to get one than to just... Technically, there is an ice weapon in Hyrule Castle, but it's pretty far up, and by that point, it's not really necessary. Ah, that's a fair point. DLC is... Majora's Mask is basically the reason why I considered this run in the first place. It's... yeah. Important. I mean, well, it's not that important, but it makes things just so much easier. Because you can just ignore enemies the entire time. Cat, are you doing something weird? Cat? Hello? Where'd the cat go anyway? He's just gone. Alright, cool. Back to the stream. Right. Yep, okay, I remember what I need to do. Oh, wait, no, he's under the desk, sitting on my cardboard box. Yeah, that's a definite cat moment right there. But yeah, an ice weapon would have been useful if I didn't have Majora's Mask, so... In particular, I think, the Blizzard Rod. I don't have a profile pic on YouTube. Fair point. I just never really considered it. It's probably something I should do eventually, and by eventually I mean soon, but I just didn't really think about it at all. It's more so a lack of... It's more so why should I than... Well, why should I is the obvious answer of like, because it attracts people, and you know, I like talking with people during streams, and having 0-person stream isn't really fun for anyone, you know? Which I should mention while I'm at it, thank you for joining the stream in the first place, because it makes things a lot easier to just talk with someone during all this, and just be like, oh, well, like that. Simple enough. We'll do a mega casual stream, or we'll just do the normal way. Just to be absolutely safe, because no point in dying this early on, right? Or taking damage in any case. Fair point. Well, time bounce. Well. As far as bullet time bounces go, I'm actually not planning to use any. Because I'm planning to get Phantom Armor to make... Well, Phantom Armor isn't technically necessary, but I believe... Well, I generally don't use the speedrun strat, although it would probably be helpful if I learned that at some point to make all of this easier. Plus, I don't actually... Also getting sweatshirt, because why not? We're gonna do this, and then we just walk out. Easy. But yeah, bullet time bounces, I'm not really good at them anyway, I don't really know how to use them. And also, the only real good point for a bullet time bounce, at least in this run, would be after I get the paraglider and the just normal speedrun bullet time bounce that they all do to get to Hyrule Castle in like 5 minutes. Granted, I'm not sure if that's replaced by BLSS now, which is another glitch that I should definitely learn to use, but really haven't yet. I'm able to get it to work, I just don't know how the speedrunners build up speed as well as they do. Yes. It doesn't really make it less dangerous, because this is a no damage run. If I get hit at all, the run's over and I need to restart from the Shrine of Resurrection. But I also know that trying to think. But what I'm really aiming to get them for is the times 3 attack button, because that will be very important both for the stall knots in Hyrule Castle and for just the blights in Ganon boss rush. Do this scary part of the run. Here we go. Walk up here. There. And that's sort of, well, yeah. Alright, so shorter, which means there's less time for things to go horribly wrong. Why am I trying to get that? I literally can't heal in this fight, in this run, so there's no need for me to get any healing items. And I have to do anyway because I'm a kleptomaniac, I guess. And then we go, we rest. Why are my hands sweaty already? Are you kidding me? This is not hard. Great Plateau is not hard, it's just long. Reminds me... I should have slept till morning. But I do have a sort of contingency for that. It's not a very good contingency, but it's there. I just don't want to deal with the stall enemies. Can probably kill them, but the less fights that happen in the run, the less chances there is for something to go horribly wrong. So we're just gonna sleep at the old man's fire, and then we're gonna teleport back to stasis, and then we're going to proceed as per usual. Rihanna should be easy enough to deal with. Can I please? I want to sit at your campfire. Thank you. And we could just go back to stasis and do stasis. And stasis should be easy enough to deal with. Just do something real quick. There we go. And I have phone notifications when I'm streaming, right? What else do I need to think about? I mean, I already have the route in general planned out. But it's just a question of, okay, but can I do it and not, like, do anything stupid and die from it? That's really the question here more than anything. No. I go back to title screen and start a new game entirely. So, basically what I have to do is I have to beat the entire game without getting hit at all. And if I do, then, well, them's the breaks. 2 hours of my life are gone. That's sort of why I didn't want to do this in the first place, but... well... I know I can do it. It's just a question of how many runs am I gonna have to give up for me to actually do it. Get the iron sledgehammer, because even though it probably won't be useful, you never know. And better to have weapons not. You can actually throw that boulder using yep, that is a very real fear, and it is something that I want to avoid as much as possible. It is not something that I want to happen in the run. Because, again, that's 2 to 3 hours gone forever. So, not very good. Should be 5 minutes. 5 minutes should be more than enough for what I'm doing here, but I need to think on whether or not I actually want to get the warm play. Well, first thing I do is I actually eat it, because no way are we taking cold damage here. And then we schmoo. But yeah. That's why I haven't really made any other challenges for this, because beating the game without getting hit is more than difficult enough. And I say this having done a laundry list of challenge runs that all involve very, very stupid things. Uh-oh. Up. Oop. How did he not see me? You know what? I have no idea how he didn't see me, but I'm taking it. I'm taking it and running with it. Both literally and figuratively. It really has been a long time since I've done the Great Attempt, huh? It's been like... honestly, I think it's been close to over a year since I have actually done. Why don't you just wind bomb? Yup! That is exactly what I'm trying to, Yep. That's the other possible damage source. Self-inflicted damage source. And it's something I'm trying to avoid thinking about at all costs. Because that would be an incredibly stupid way to lose the run. Yep, I'm cold. I'm cold. Please, give me the funny shirt. Thank you. I will equip the funny shirt now. Well, technically, I unequipped the funny shirt. But, well... just... plan... We're proceeding onwards. There is... oh, well... I forgot, it's been so long since I've done the Great Plateau that I forgot that that's a cutscene, that cutscene happens. Because regardless of whether or not you actually do that in the Great Plateau proper, that cutscene doesn't happen after the Great Plateau. And it only happens the first time in the Great Plateau. So it's a really niche cutscene. Niche, it's called. But, it's cool in any case. to think slash talk about. Well, up here are some bomb arrows, which I believe will prove to be very helpful for the Stalnauts fight. Actually, you know what? That's a fair point. That would absolutely be the dumbest way to lose the run. You are correct in that. Uh-oh. So we just climb this up slowly. And by slowly, I mean we jump twice, because... well... Which actually is a viable way that I can die, because... There's 4 chests that I have to do that with in the entire run. And... their attack trajectories could be rather weird. So, let's just hope that doesn't happen. Oh boy, and now we have the Cryonis Guardian, which should be fine because we have multiple shields with which to block attacks, but still a little bit scary, you know? Scary, scary game. I mean, no damage runs are, regardless of, like, whether the punishment is just, like, oh, you have to redo the entire game, or whether it's just, like, oh, I'm not... Do I just shoot you? I'm not... Alright, cool, you know what? Run up some more. Come on. There you go. Not even close. Just have to block and win. That's all there is to it. I will swap this out for the popper. Because... well... Alright, correct. So that's Cryonis Guardian. What's the next real roadblock? I'd say... Probably, the Phantom Armor is the next real roadblock. Because one of them's guarded by a Lionel, who could just decide to shoot me for the lulz. One of them, and then one of them's guarded by a Guardian. And I need to make sure to avoid getting attacked by the Guardian, because otherwise, well... Thank you. I think there's definitely a shot. Because, well, I did the permadeath run while only getting hit once, and that was due to a stupid Guardian explosion chip damage. So, I definitely can do this, it's just a matter of whether or not I do something stupid and I just die for no reason. Well, not for no reason, but... And of course, there's the question of nerfs. Because... blights are scary. The blights are scary... Well, the blights aren't that scary. I mean, the blights are sort of scary. They're a lot scarier in no damage runs than just normal runs. Well, except Thunderblight. Thunderblight's basically scary regardless. But I think I should be fine. It's just a matter of whether things go wrong. Because, well, it's not really a matter of whether things go wrong as much as whether I can salvage it when things go wrong. That's the real question in the end. I think I can... What to do is I'm going to sneak around to the Boko up there because I'm not losing the run to a stupid Boko. I mean, there's probably no chance of that actually happening. But an infinitesimal small chance of it happening is still greater than here. As far as one hit every boss. Well, I'm gonna do Wind Blights. assuming I don't just fail the setup. But I don't think it's possible to do the skip for more than one Blight, or for Calamity Ganon. And plus, the only setup I know for is Wind Blight. I don't actually know the Calamity Ganon setup, which would actually have been very useful if because there are some times where I do like all 4 Divine Beasts and I can do it for Ganon, just beat him in one arrow. But
Oh!
yeah, I'm probably not gonna one-hit every boss. Or I definitely not gonna one-hit every boss. Because I don't have the one-hit obliterator. This is not the one-hit obliterator challenge as much as I wish it was. That extra bit of stamina will prove to be useful for Calamity Stunlock. And I think we're set. We just need to not even consider doing BILs, because no. And we are now at the point where I start at for most runs, which is the Great Plateau. Albeit we have, well, with Paraglider. Albeit we have significantly more stuff and gear than I generally do at that point. Yep. I'm not forgetting the Soldier's Bow. Soldier's Bow is very, very, well, it's not very, very useful, but it will be very useful for the stomach. I think we're just gonna, yeah, we're just gonna go to, I'm probably gonna go get, do I think I can afford, shoot, because now I'm remembering that, like, horses are weird. Horses are very, very weird. So I think I'm gonna actually go and get ice arrows here. Just so that I can do the consistent strat of just freezing them and then taming them. And that way I don't have to worry about, to make sure. When did I publish the first vid? I don't actually do many vids. But I think when I first started streaming in May of I think it was like June of last year, give or take. So it's been like 18 months since I started streaming. As for the first vid, basically all of them thus far have been... Do I think I can... Perfect! We got the horse. And it's a good horse, too. It's a very, very good horse. Very good horse. Perfect. I think I'm going in the right direction. I am, in fact, going in the right direction. Good, 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 good. I think like the first like clip I published on YouTube was like sometime in like about a year ago, I think, maybe. I don't entirely remember, but still a fairly long time. So you can just. OBS reconnection has been successful.